Hi guys. Happy Friday. I hate Fridays. I do. But anyways, alright, so in league with the devil. Alright, so we're going to continue from yesterday with the circles of power. Well, actually, you know what? We kind of did it. We finished the circles of power and how to use those and employ those. Alright, now the rest of this is just kind of Cornish folklore, which I love. It's amazing. Alright, so where did we leave off yesterday? I know it was very short. Okay, so, okay, now, oh, found it. I actually found it. Here we go. Alright, now, as we have clearly seen, the true breed of Cornish and West Country witch is a practitioner of the double ways. So, and by long-standing tradition, these twin powers, Easter egg, to bless and to blast, are derived from the old one of many names: Bookadoo, Old Nick, Easter egg, and the devil being but three. Not the devil as in Christianity. This is pre-Christianity, so everybody knows that. Or they should, at least. So yes, where did I go? There I am. So even amongst the white practitioners consulted by ordinary folk for their wisdom and magical aid for all manner of requirements, there have always been those regarded or suspected as being witches of a deeper dye. I love that. That term, that context, I think it's amazing. So those whose craft is empowered by their mysterious dealings, compact in regular conferences with the devil. No, not the Christian devil. So, right now, the methods via which the traditional Cornish and West Country witch might make such compacts and enter consciously into the old craft, vary from the outworldly, simple and chthonic, to rites of seemingly blasphemous nature, yet concealing mysteries of the divine light, gnosis, and apotheosis. I think I said that right. I don't know. If I did, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Correct me, somebody, please. Well known via the popular witch lore of Cornwall are the stories surrounding the various remote loading stones or logging stones. I like this one. So here, the folkloric collectors suggest various initiatory witch rites in which the aspirant ventures out to such a stone, and there, under the cover of midnight and at the full of the moon, one of a variety of simple rites is to be observed. So, in all cases, that familiar and lunar magical number 9 is the central feature. Whether the aspirant is to circumambulate 9 times around the stone against the sun, to touch the stone 9 times, or to make 9 attempts to climb upon and off the stone without causing it to rock. I remember doing that when I was a kid, like literally a kid, and I mean, we would always do that on giant stones and things that we would find, but now they're all gone. So it's just really neat and interesting to look back and see how much of this is actually in this, the United States, especially out here in the country. I mean, this is what we did as kids for fun. So I mean, it's so tied in. So, to such seemingly simple rites of folklore, the nearest comparable rites and practices actually observed by witches of the old persuasion in Cornwall involve dedications, sacrifices, and Loki-specific rites performed under the direction of an initiated witch, wise woman, or a cunning man. So yeah, such activities are always of a highly challenging nature and not for the faint-hearted, and, as Gemma can confirm, to make one's way at the dead of night to a logging stone is certainly not without its difficulties. So, obviously. So yet, at such a striven-for sight, here is the old one called upon with alarming potency, and the witch's initiation imparted deep into the bones via the clophonic pulse. So in Old West Country belief, the gifts imparted via the witch's diabolic compact with Bukadu, the black god or devil, included the ability to send forth one's will or spirit in beastile form. So, or else via the received familiar spirit to carry out the double ways work of the witch and convey her magical influence upon man or beast. Love this folklore. It is incredible. So, of all the many, what is this, thereomorphous entities of traditional witch lore, the most inextricable and symbiotic relationship is to be found between the West Country witch and the toad. And from when I was a little kid, I had the biggest toad, a pet toad. I had a pet toad for years. His name was Toady. Literally, it was a black toad almost, very, very dark gray. It was incredible. And it literally, what I have been told, would come out of its little hole in the cement, and it would follow me around. And I do remember taking it places too. It went with me everywhere. So, and now I have one here, a bunch. So it just goes to show, yes, the toad is just, it's of importance. Anyways, alright, so the toad is synonymous, I can't even say that word. Synonymous with and emblematic of both the devil and the witch in Old West Country lore. So sometimes the devil would appear to the witch in the form of a toad. You never hear that here in the United States, ever at all. And as an act of ritual homage to the one whom they derive their powers, the witch would kiss the toad upon its mouth. Did that when I was little as well. I love my toad. So the toad, it seems, was both the spirit familiar of choice, which I like. I always loved toads. And the preferred form for traveling forth in spirit amongst the West Country witches. How many of you, when you were younger, did you have a connection with toads? I think we all did. Toads and turtles were for me, big time, and snakes. Like, I don't know, snapping turtles, I'd pick them up and take them to my dad, and he'd be like, no, go, get it out. I didn't know. Never hurt me. Anyways, now drawing distinction between the witch, her own spirit sent forth in toad form, and her Batrachian or Bacchanalian spirit familiar is of great difficulty, if not an impossibility, as is evidenced in folklore of families and individuals who have, in whatever way, aroused the witch's anger, only to find themselves terrorized by a sudden visitation from a mysterious great toad. I love it. I really love it. Often, as it is sadly the case with people of great ignorance. This is sad. This is really sad. I mean, to me it is, but the poor creature is put to death in a brutal to a brutal death. Sometimes this takes a number of attempts, the toad regenerating each time, before finally succumbing to the death or disappearing from the scene. Later, the witch is discovered, sometimes dead, with injuries corresponding to those previously inflicted upon the toad. That's what scares me. That's what really honestly scares me. So, for those who have offended the witch, however, the matter is not done with. For the witch has by the visitation already imparted her influence, and dire misfortunes always follow. So yeah, don't hurt animals. I mean, you don't know what kind of animal you're dealing with. I mean, you honestly don't. So, but yeah, the familiar spirit, all of it is incredibly amazing. Especially having that toad with you. I mean, I do. I love frogs. Everybody that knows me knows I love frogs. They're everywhere. Everywhere in here. Frogs and Ouijas. So yeah, I do. I love my frogs, but yeah, I never connected the dots to when I was younger, to when me and my best friend were doing all of these things, climbing these giant rocks, these giant boulders. We didn't know what we were doing, and then, 20 years later, yeah, we can connect the dots, and we have, reconnected again, and it's just really interesting because she chose the fairy faith, the fairy path. and it corresponds to what she does now, which is amazing. So if you guys ever want to, you guys can check out Cosmic Moon Jewelry on Facebook, and that is my childhood best friend. And I am so proud of her for what she has accomplished and what she is doing, and she is just incredible, and oh my god, I love her. So she literally grew up with me, we grew up together, slept in the same bed, got off the school bus together, got on the school bus together, smoked cigarettes, before we got on the school bus together. We did everything together, and it's just, we reconnected again later on, and it's just like, right where you pick right back up. It's like, it seems like we just picked up right where we left off. So everything is just really, really interesting, and I love it. But yeah, I can totally see all those distinctions, and those points, being made to past, to present, and now the connecting of the dots. So it's neat. It's really neat. So yeah, just look for those and see what have you drawn from your childhood into this life, or into your life right now. Toads, it's so cool. It is so cool. But alright guys, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Yes, hopefully. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So yeah, just be safe, and try to stay cool. It's really, really hot. Really hot. So, but I love you all very much. All the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I will see you all tomorrow. So try to have a good day, guys, and I love you all.